Hello, this is Old Man Gamer, and welcome to Into the Radius 2 Early Access .13, the production release. I'm doing a playthrough in celebration of the fact that this is now in production. You'll see my previous two posts of progressing through from scratch. I do have some custom settings, which I'll just quick review in this once we get in. I did finally actually read about the update, and I'll talk about some of those things as well. And I am kind of doing this with the idea that a lot of folks maybe who haven't played Into the Radius 2 might jump in at this point, and it's sort of an instructional series, so hopefully people will pick up on that. Let's head on in. Okay, so the settings that I did do, I am doing, I went to the Nightmare difficulty preset, and then all I did was customize mission reward to high. I'm going to drop that back down to normal. And I did item sale price to high, which I'm dropping back down to normal. I think Nightmare with those two, Nightmare would drop this down to low, and item sale price down to low, and the amount of loot down to low. And I think those three at low make the economy impossible, and you eventually, or at least most people, will run into a financial brick wall, and you won't be able to progress. So I would recommend, if you want to play this on the high and more difficult settings, go ahead and bump it up to Nightmare, right? Reset mission reward to normal, amount of loot to normal, item sale price to normal, and then just to bite you in the ass a little bit, bump the amount of enemies to very high. Other than that, everything else is the Nightmare settings. And that seems to be pretty decent. Now, I played got to this level with the mission rewards on high, the item sale price on high, and the loot on normal. So I was able to afford probably a little more of an upgrade than would be available. So I got a backpack in my last video, and I got a vest with some armor plating in it. I got a bunch more magazine pouches, and I was able to buy a G36C, which is the cheapest gun available. At least the cheapest high-end gun available, besides the Bison. So, and I think it's going to be a damn sight better than the Bison because it's a little more power to it. I cannot silence it yet because I'm security level 2, so I can't buy a silencer yet. But I got laser, and I got a flashlight for it. I changed the default loadout of the C. Has a normal rail. I took that off, and instead I bought it with the handle that the G36 comes with, that has a scope in it, and then I put on the reticle red dot attachment on it as well. So I have both those options included. So that's your tactical kind of view, closer range, and then this would be your longer range kind of. And this gun is pretty effective. I really enjoyed using it in another loadout, and then you'll see, maybe if you watch my videos, you'll see me in a previous. The only legacy gun I have left is this PM, and I'm just I have it here for decoration purposes. No, it's just here for backup. I got a little bit of ammo to support that as well still. And then I'm using my SKS over the shoulder here for, longer maybe sniping, and to just subsidize the use of the G36. So, and of course this has a little more power to it as far as the caliber. So I'm gonna need some more crackers and food. and this can just go up here. For now, we are retiring the sawed off. That's, we'll just touch it real quick. There we go. We can get rid of these. Don't need that weight to carry along. So I am newly to security level 2, and I have to go out and get a few missions to get my next top priority mission, which will be the case delivery mission, which is the last mission in the forest. 1900 hour, almost 2000, 8 o'clock. And how much we got time on the... Yeah, we got almost 2 days. Almost a full 2 days. Missions. I do need to pick up a tin can. I need to get an 11, a 23, and a 47 for artifacts. This is just a standalone mission, and that's a standalone mission. And this equipment maintenance mission right here, in my previous video, you can go watch part 2 of this. I have checked these 2 sites and they don't have them, so this is where the sensor is. So I'm thinking what I might do is run up here, get the center, get this item, and then I'm going to swing down around here. This is all clear anyway, except for the center. So I'll go clear out the center, loot it there, go back over here. I'll pick up the equipment here, the sensor. Then I'll cross the bridge. I should be in a good position with all of this to be able to do that. And sweep up, probably just sweep up through here. And to go up here and get that item, and then and then there's a portal over here just by the shelter where I can hop down, pops me down over here, and then I can come on home. So that's the plan at the moment, and we'll probably do that at night here for sure. And what do I got? I don't have a lot of money left because I spent it all on the equipment. And my income should drastically reduce now that I've dropped those to normal. I want to see if I can still progress with normal. It will become a little more difficult, but that's what I want. I want difficulty. And like I said before, those economic settings, the price, the reward, and the amount of loot out there is just way too tight when they're all on low. So I did also, I think I showed you this. So I have this low-end helmet. The reliability is low, which means it's going to burn out quick. But the good thing is I don't think it'll disappear on me. It'll just won't be of any armor combat damage use when it does wear out. So I don't have to replace this, and it's holding my my 2 flashlights so I can get a headlamp kind of view of things. Let's go, Whitey. We're going to the forest. They did post a note on the update when with this. If you go read the event notification, foregrips on loads will fail to work. You got to take them off and put them back on in order for the grab point to activate. So I noticed that in my gameplay and didn't know it was a known issue, but it is a known issue. So every time you come into a new map or you load a save, you're going to have to disconnect your foregrip, put it back on in order to use it. Otherwise, you'll just get the default grip like that. And let's tone down the lights a little bit here, I think. And we are on single shot at the moment, which is good. I do want to conserve ammo because I don't think with the setting down to normal, I'm probably going to have... I should have an okay time keeping this sustainable with ammo. It's going to be hard to save money, I think, though. So we'll see. Oh, come on. Interesting. I love the sound of that gun, unsilenced. Although it does let everybody know I'm here. However, I don't think... You know, they have pared down the amount of enemies that show up. That's why I put them on very high. One, it makes good videos when I have lots of enemies to deal with. But even very high. Hands are a little shaky. Even with very high, the enemies are not that many. Oh, come on. Okay, that's going to be a problem. Those are much easier with shotguns. Whoa. That's going to be a bit of a problem. Grabbing my gun down there, I'm grabbing magazines rather than my gun. I've got to figure out a consistent way to do that. I think I just gotta... There it is. There's the grab point right there. So when that's the dot, right there. What about with the left hand? Right here. Right here. Right here. So that's another little tip for everybody. Make sure you know, rehearse and know where your grab points are. Just a couple guys. Oh, did the game just crash? I think the game just crashed. Oh my gosh. That's the first crash I have experienced. Still recording. Now the compilers are... the black screen is the compilers... not the compilers. It's compiling the shaders. They did say that. They said that in the notes, that they are aware they haven't put an interface to let you know anything's going on. And look at that. I got to start all the way over here again. We'll shut down the lights right here. Okay. Oh, come on. So I got to do all that again. That's the first crash I have experienced, I think, probably ever. Yeah, I've been doing the .11, all the betas, .12, all the betas, and the .13, all the betas. I think maybe 1 or 2 crashes ever. But that's the first one I've experienced in a long, long time, if I have experienced any at all. So I'm not doing anything else here because I have, like I mentioned, I've cleared all of this previously. And yeah, please go to part 1, part 2 to see me go through early game, and now we're at mid game. Again, I'm probably a little overstacked because I did crank up the economy a little bit. And I think we saw... Oh, come on. Shotguns are a lot easier because you don't have to be quite as accurate. I love a shotty against the creepers and against the fragments. That's my... but I'll just wait. That's the one thing I'm gonna miss running the particular loadout I have is... see if I can draw them out first, and then yeah, let's leave one light on. Shit.
Target in sight. You peasants!
What, we got ghost bullets going on? What's going on?
Lighting him up. Switching.
2 more.
Swapping mags.
Where is he?
Attacking the target.
Make sure we are clear. That was a little too much heat, but oh, I think we're good. Oh yeah, I haven't cleared it in this. I was confusing this with another loadout I'm playing where I have the economy set to very high, which is redonkulous. You can go to town and just, I mean, it's like loading a cheat code with money. That's kind of fun because then you can really just buy the best of everything. But I do want to be a little bit restrictive on yeah, that's it. All right. On options, you know, I want learn how to work with what you can get, but at the same time I want something decent. This by no means, I mean, it's a 556 by 45, right? Doesn't list the caliber. Don't know why. And you know, that's not, you know, super powered by any means. The 9x39 is what you need to be on the top end in the game. The VSS and the AS Val, but it's also super expensive. Probably would have heard it, but sometimes the enemy's completely shut down and sit in a corner. So I have the extended magazine in there already, so let's pull this one. Now I got 2 extended mags. And you never know, I might end up with a Saiga at some point. Because I might do a Saiga instead of this if I ever get enough money, and it's, you know, not a $16,000 gun either. So the G36K, I found another one of these stashed, incomplete. Doesn't have a stock. Suppose you'd have to buy a handle for it, or just a rail. There is an option. But again, if I had loot on low, and I've been very repetitive about this because that's my biggest complaint. With loot on low, this would have not have been here. It just wouldn't have been. You never get stashes like that. There it is. Ooh, we're getting hungry. Yeah, that's time for half a candy bar and some crackers. I should mention, since this is intended for new audiences as well as maybe existing ones who want to sit through all the BS that I talk about, these straps that you can buy, these ammo carrying cases that you buy, they have a weight all of their own. It's right up there on the top left. This is 8. That 8 will contribute to the weight that the maximum weight you can carry in the backpack. When I add that to it, it adds to the total weight in the backpack. But let's take an example here. Here's shotgun shells. It's 22 is the calculated quote-unquote weight. It's not weight per se, but they calculate it in a complicated way, evidently. But it's 22. When I add it to the backpack, it adds direct weight to the backpack. If I add it to the strap already cost 8. It doesn't cost me any more weight to carry it on the strap. So if you buy straps, or if you buy these container carriers, use them. If you are carrying one of these things and you don't use them, you've added weight to your backpack that is not productive. So definitely, if you have straps just sitting there, make sure you fill them up with the heaviest items that they can carry. And again, each one of these things also has a limit of how much it can carry on top of. So this has a limit of 50. So basically, it adds 42 more units for you to carry in your backpack. Now we're looking for an equipment delivery down here somewhere. Wasn't up in the there's a stim. Again, low. I wouldn't have got a stim. It wouldn't have been here. I think they should make the normal item distribution the low, and then go somewhere between what normal and high. For the loot stuff, that is. Two stims, that's pretty impressive. They should just bump all the item loot stuff up just by one notch. They're down by one notch, and then eliminate the current low. See how much weight is this? 12. So I can put that there, and now that saves 12. Just make sure there's no guy sitting around in here. We'll partake in a smoky treat. Why not? All right. All right, so up there is already pretty cleared because I did that with thinking with anomalies. Turn another light on. And let's make sure we are fully loaded there. Haven't even shot that, and haven't even shot that. Alright. I expect this to be what I use 99+% of the time until I can get a better primary than this. I'll probably use this up on the hill, and for the case delivery mission that is the last mission top mission in the forest. Once I do these few missions, I should be able to get that, and I'll be going on that in this recording. That's the hardest mission in the forest map. And there's this compound where there's a bunch of enemies sitting in. You can't get into the compound except through a portal. You have to portal your way into it. But you can get on top of a hill and pick off the guys around the edges, which you want to do because you want to reduce the enemy count before you portal yourself in there. Because if you go in there without doing that, you get in a heap load of trouble. So I'm going to try to use this iron sights to get them from a distance. Hopefully I'll be there during the daytime. Would be the goal. I might have to do a new tide to get, but I will do whatever's necessary to make sure I'm sniping at them during the day so I can see them. Iron sights are kind of useless at night. And yet another reason the default Nightmare settings just doesn't make sense. Let's just use the Makarov in this case. I'm no good at leading these guys. They gotta come right at me. Oh shit. Okay, those guys take 2 of these things. Shit. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. Not liking them at all. Let's get someplace so these guys can creepers at night are the worst. Where is this son of a bitch? And here come the stragglers. That was more than I expected. That is how you stay alive, though. No. That's it. So I bought 2 boxes. Man, that was a lot of wasted ammo. Have to second think not bringing a shotgun with me, because shotgun would have polished them off in no time with less missed shots. So I've got the gun durability in Nightmare settings is low, so your guns wear down much faster. As soon as you can, bring oil and a toothbrush with you. Damn, that was costly. What, three red stims? That's $600. That should have been the whole crew, though, so... There it is. That's a needed one too, and the sound effects on that, the glass anomaly, sometimes doesn't work. That bug's been there for the longest time. I don't know why they... A lot of times it does work just fine, but then other times it's just silent. Alright, we're gonna have some dudes up here, I'm sure. See if I can do this in the dark. It's kind of the negative with this gun is
Attacking the target.
I love their glowing.
Engaging.
Their glowing red eyes is hilarious. So awesome. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. Let's see how we're doing on armor 53. We need a little light on the situation. Let's just do this. I love having lighting options. Oh, there is a fragment coming this way. See if I can do what I wanted to do. Shit. Got to reload him, didn't I? Those things are a lot of air. And you gotta go for the head, too. Oh, and for those who don't know, there's a light in your backpack. You don't have to do anything but put your finger over it and pull the trigger. And you get a light in your backpack. That's pretty cool. And, little known tip. You don't have to press a trigger or anything. You just put your hand over the top and hit the button up here. And you get a tablet backlight, which is pretty cool. If you need broader light spectrum. I think we'll be okay to get the sensor over here. There it is. That hasn't been... Oh! I hit the red water. Red water is not good. That's enough for, and I mentioned in my last one, red stim is about 1/3 of your health line, so that should bring me up to full health again. And this is why you put on extra. This could be carried in here. So I'm probably going to buy an extra one of those to put onto the backpack so I can bring home more things like that and walk around still, because now I have to have a handful. But what I'm going to do is just leave this on the trail right here, because it's starting to get daylight. Really, the greens are kind of pointless. They're for when you're really down there below, like one more hit and you're dead. That's when you want to use the green ones. But if it's got to be your last option. So I better. Did I reload this? No. No, that's empty. Let's put this like that. There's some goodness down here. Well, no, that's not worth it. Just a box of see if I can see the iron sights here. Whoa. Shit, I just noticed this was on.
Attacking the target!
Come on. Run away. Run away. Ow, what? Shit. Run. Run. Just run. I'm just bringing this a little further down.
Lighting him!
That probably burned up a lot of my armor.
Say goodnight. Target in sight.
Okay, that was exciting. Difficult to do in the dark. And I got to go back because I'm out of stims except for the blue and the green, which I don't want to use unless absolutely necessary. So we're going to go back and come back out, which if you're running Nightmare, you're going to have to do that a lot. And you don't want to die, I should say. Because I'm going to need some armor replacement. I'm going to need probably some ammo and some stims. And may as well get some food too. It's a long trip up to the northwest part of the map up here. There's a lot of enemies to deal with. Trouble is, I'm wondering if I just wasted... Well, I didn't. We'll see how this does. I forget how many security points I need to get the next top mission. But these two might actually put me over the top, in which case I'd have the case delivery, and I could just go do that with the remaining time on the tide. Watch part 1 and part 2 if you want an explanation what the tides are. Turn that guy in. Yeah, I'm not... they're not going to get me there. I have 25. It's going to be close, though. Maybe I can get something closer. Oh, I got a peninsula one. Maybe I'll just go do that instead of going all the way up north, because that'll burn up a lot of daylight that I don't want to burn up. $15 more to get. And I got an 11, which is good. So now I just need a 23 and a 47. I need a tin can. And both of these are in the peninsula. Alright, I can go do the peninsula real quick. We'll sell this stuff. Still might need to roll the tide to do the case, because that one does take a while to get done. Sell all that. Good, good. So normal seems to be okay. I mean, definitely is financing what I need here. About 1,000 worth of stems. I'll only keep reds down there. And we will take a sprat. Oh, I can sell this too. Sell that, sell that and that. And I don't have enough for... Oops, I can... Whoa, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Sell that. And we're going to have to make do with small boxes here. 3 of them. Oops. That's my SKS ammo. We'll do that. That's 7.62, isn't it? Yeah. Always sell the empty boxes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm missing a magazine. I must have dropped it on the road up there. Hopefully I'll find it. That sucks. That really bites. Happens to me all too often. Okay, so these can get added. All right, we're going to go to the peninsula. I'll just go without the magazine. I'll have to remember. I'll have to remember that they dropped that somewhere around up over there. Hopefully it didn't fall into the lake, into the red water there. That happens a lot. If you drop one of those on a hill and you're by the lake, it's gone. So the nice thing is after this case delivery mission, once I get it and do it, the next mission, you're still security level 2. The next mission to get to security level 3 is going into the new map, into what really came with this .13 update. Shit.
Engaging. Lighting him up.
Must have done that. Pulled up the other mag and dropped this one, I'm guessing. Don't want to use those yet. See if I can see. That a dude? No, that's a plant. Hello? Yoo-hoo. Oh, I can't see him through the scope at all. I see him right there, but then I pull up the scope. And I can't quite make him out. Whoop.
Swapping mags.
I swear there are, like, some issues there. Where's your flash? Oh, that's nice and clear now. That cuts through the fog. You're freaking me out, dude. There they are. Huh. I can't see him in the scope. There's a headshot. He's behind that rock, isn't he? He's not coming up. I think he's by himself. So prior to this 13 production update, there was a bug in there where your rounds were all tracers. I'm unsure why I can't see through the... I can see through it, it's really tight. Which is good for accuracy, but hard for finding them. Is he down there?
Firing.
Yes. He's in the hillside. That happens once in a while.
Come on, show yourself.
It's a bug they have yet to address. So that scope is a little something to get used to. Those are nasty anomalies for those who maybe haven't seen one. That's what they do. Big shock sphere. They hurt pretty bad too if you're caught in one. easiest to avoid because they make a noise, but
Say goodnight.
let's go consume some. Consume some rounds. Why not?
Batman's here.
That's so fun. Shit. You little shit.
Lighting him up.
Did you guys come from?
Need to reload. Say goodnight.
And this is why enemies on very high justifies cranking up the cranking up the rewards. So in this chart, by the way, just this middle, the one where it says FMJ, that tells you whether there's a round in the chamber or not. If that little basket is empty, it'll say empty there, I think, and means you don't have one in the chamber. I've been caught many times where I forget to chamber a round. Oh, I'm so mad at myself for dropping that. All right. Health is okay there. Health on this needs a little bit of a shot. You can start to see the patina of the gun kind of. It's so cool how the animation just slowly changes as it gets damaged. They do a really good job with that. So just looking at the gun, you know, okay, this needs to be cleaned without even having to. Let's balance our burn a little bit. So we have the first mission. Now we got to go to the back of the island, and since we have the portal, we have a convenient shortcut right here that direction. They always provide a shortcut coming back, even before you do the thinking with anomalies in the portal mission. But after you do that mission, then all the portals become unlocked in the map, all the maps. Okay, he's like stuck on something. Trying to run away and he's stuck in the rock.
Lighting him up.
Hi. Is that a 7.62? Yes, it is. I will be happy to receive. That is a 545. $762. Nope, 5. Oh, that's this one. Thank you. Might as well just top him off real quick. Go back to single shot. So in Nightmare, enemy health is also cranked up, so things take more shots than you might suspect that they take. 2, that's it. That's 9. That's Beretta. I'm keeping that. See, this is where I wish I would have bought. I would have had another thing. I'll leave that here for another day. The mission is far more important than a shotgun. But that money would be nice. A tin can would be super nice. There's got to be a tin can here somewhere. And you'll also notice if you watch part 1 and part 2, I am now security level 2, and the number of enemies has ramped up.
Say goodnight.
Whoa. Shit, he's coming over here. Jeez. His ears were ringing. The number of enemies has, significantly and obviously ramped up. Come on, give me a tin can. Five, 4, 5. 5, 5. No, that's mine. Awesome. I mean, those are $2,100 for 150, so they're expensive. It's like finding $20. Anything refresh in here? Nope. Just a couple bullets. 7.62 tracer. Put that there. Let's check right up here. Sometimes there's stuff in this little cluster.
Target in sight.
Shoddy. You're down 1. There's 2.
Max drive. Switching.
Gotta be a little more careful on my aiming. This is worth the trip. And I'm going to have to roll the tide before I go up in the case delivery. I'll have to clear the bridge again. So maybe I shouldn't have done that. Bad thinking ahead on my part. 5856. Do I have room? Yes. Should be able to do it with the helmet. $23. Yes. Very nice. Now I need a 47 and a... I'll get a little more hungry before I eat that. So here's a new portal. That portal's always there. Even from the very beginning of the game, if you go up to the top, you can hop back across here. Problem is, if they ever put a mission up there to go to that house that you can't see in the fog, they will spawn enemies here. So if you hop across here, you will encounter enemies, even if you've cleared this before. They will be there, unless you clear it on the way, right? But now, ever since the portal mission, the Thinking with Anomalies mission, you now have this portal available to hop over there, which is pretty cool. It's a nice shortcut so you don't have to walk all the way around over there. I hear... by 18 tracer. I hear but don't see, of course. This fog is so damn thick. Die!
Lighting him up!
No, my gun. Bring my gun back. I was not holding onto that. I don't know how that happened. Come on. Don't try that at home, kids. Alright, time for one of that. Yeah, there's a bug going on, unfortunately. I mean, point blank shooting at a guy and it's like a bullet never left your gun. So I've heard some people talking about that in the discussion forums where it's like, dude, I'm shooting you. Why aren't you getting damaged? Down to the blue. That's fine. We're going back after this anyway. Nothing else. But I find that approach coming in like that, is really because there's no cover on the path over here, so you can't slowly come in. Come here. For some reason, you can't target items when they're on that board. I don't know why. That's another little bug. Stash Glock. I'll sell that because I don't. It didn't have any ammo in it. 2. I like the M9 instead of the Glock. Here's my tin can. Did I already get a tin can? I did, yeah. Did I fill this up? Nope. Five, 4, 5. All right. Get off the chair. You're sitting on shit. I think you'd notice you were sitting on some freaking bullets, dude. That's 5, 4, 5, yeah. Okay. That was at least one stem worth of radius nuggets. Alright, I think I'm going to go the long way back because I need money. And this will have some artifact items for me. And possibly something right here, yep. What the shit? Don't tell me I lost another map. Damn. Okay, I didn't lose a mag, but I don't know what just happened there. Did it fall into the it fell into the wrong magazine holder? Okay then. So yeah, 1 creeper at night, okay, if you have a headlamp, maybe 2. 3, 4, 5 creepers at night. Run the frick away. 5, 4, 5. Oh my god, what? Cold out, guys? What's going on? Never seen that before. Not like that. I've seen 1 or 2 of them standing together, but that was cool. And the fact that they didn't react and move needs some AI work there. Is there anything down here that was worthy of that kind of staffing? Nope. Let's switch this back to single shot. No, where are my probes? Thank you. That's a 47, so that's helpful. I think I actually have that mission done, so there should be a stim over here provided by the initial game seed. Yep. Man, it gets tight in here. Where is this? Right down there. Yeah, I might even have one or two to sell after this too.